I invite us to bring Reverend Kathy into our consciousness. She is certainly in our hearts. We send healing energy to her right here in this moment. And we send healing energy to everyone who is in pain and suffering in these very difficult times. As we prepare for meditation, I remind you that there's really no right or wrong way to meditate. Give yourself permission to suspend any judgment whatsoever. Accept whatever experience you may have. I'm reminding you that the purpose of meditation is to expand our consciousness. So I invite you to close your eyes if you'd like and become more comfortable. Focus on the breath. Take in deep cleansing breaths. We need the breath to heal. And we need the breath to recover. We need to breathe to relax. And in relaxation, we are relaxing physical and mental tension as well. And now we move to concentration, which is simply a gentle focusing into the mind. Set an intention, perhaps.
Here's what I found.
Somebody want to get rid of this? All right, in this heart energy, we move from our head to our heart. And in this heart energy, we can experience a deep inner knowing of the divine, the one power and the one presence, ever present around us and within each and every one of us. As many of you know, I'm sure all of you know, we have the constant alarming news cycle. We've got divisions across political lines like never before. Racial injustice and the pandemic statistics, the isolation and the quarantine, all that have marked and made unrecognizable our way of living and moving about the world in the past 8 months. And there are those patients who are still, these days, relying on ventilators to catch a breath. They're struggling to breathe because of COVID symptoms. Parents, children, teachers, and students, they're all struggling with how to go back to school these days. That's a lot. That's enough to take the wind out of anyone and cause us to lose our breath. So just take another breath right now. Take a calm, healing breath. Healing is an art. It takes time, it takes practice, and it takes love. How many times do you tense up or hold your breath unconsciously? Maybe you hyperventilate when you're feeling a bit anxious. The number of breaths you take slow down as we relax, as we bring our mind deliberately to breathing. So take in again a recovered breath as you need. Allowing time for recovery is essential. Just as we need to take pauses in our breath to keep us alive, it is equally important to take a recovery breath when life and the events of the day overwhelm us. Whenever we get worked up or anxious, we are not taking in as much air into the lungs as they have capacity for, and that makes our breathing short. That fuels our anxiety. With all of that as the reality of our experiences, let's focus on being grounded. Let's shift from that external chaos. This is the ability of being grounded, to be completely aware and conscious during the present moment. Being grounded means how much one is physically, psychologically, energetically, and spiritually connected, steadied, and tied to this earth. Now let's focus on being centered. This means we're anchored in both spirit and mind, logic and emotion. It means having a reference point a place to come back to when life challenges and emotions just seem to push us off balance. Think about those wobbly toys that kids play with. I know I had one. You knock them down and they bounce right back up. What a great image. So finally, let's focus on the power of love. In this moment, in this place, I remember there is only love. God is love. And we are created in the image and likeness of God. Love is our very nature. Love is who we are and what we are. Love in our minds produce love in our life. And love and life is for loving. I know that love is the pure essence of being. It binds together the whole human family. We are one, centered in the love of God. Divine love, we know, never fails. Love is a great harmonizer and healer. I keep the words of Paul from 1 Corinthians ever in my heart. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love is not envious or boastful or arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice in wrongdoing, but rejoices in the truth. It bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never ends. Now we take just a moment to enter the silence. This is a state of consciousness of putting ourselves in touch with divine mind. We touch the stillness within each and every one of us and listen. Let go of all thought, let go of all expectations, and commune with the presence of God within you. What is God saying to you? What would you like to ask the divine? So now we take these ideas into the silence. So I invite you to slowly return to this place. Take time to bring back what you've heard in the stillness of silence. This is a powerful message for each and every one of us, the divine guidance that we receive. And we affirm that we are grounded, centered, and aware of the living God within us. Our hearts are wide open, and our every thoughts, words, and deeds are now lifted up